like at one point, like I said to her, like, can I not just have it? And she was like, huh, is this the first time you've done this? And I was like, yes it is. I come from a normal country where people care about each other more than they care about money. So, I'm just after having a pretty Karen-esque fucking meltdown in the middle of a pharmacy here in Niagara Falls. I'm at the hospital fountain, it's beautiful. Trying to calm myself down, pretending I'm not in this fucking shithole with bullshit red tape nonsense. I'll start at the beginning though, and we'll get to the meltdown, because I'm sure you'll find this either entertaining or illuminating, or you'll think I'm a dick and let me know in the comments. All of those things will help me algorithmically anyway, so... I'm fucking furious. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking furious at the moment. I'm not sure if you can tell, like from the swelling in my cheek, but I have been dealing with excruciating tooth pain since last Saturday. That's 4 or 5 days now, right? I have an short version is I have an abscess on my tooth, or just under my teeth. 2 abscesses under 3 of my teeth. And it's excruciatingly painful, as I said. I was just trying to deal with it. Doing the fucking dumb man thing, you know, like, she'll be right, mate. And it overtook me. You know, like the infection fucking smashed me. And so, Sunday, I could not function. I was bedridden, and so I was like, fuck it, something's got to happen. I've got to do something now. It's progressed to the point that I can't not seek help for this. I am literally unable to move. But because it was Sunday, and I live in fucking America, nowhere was open to treat me, because they don't have 24-hour medical centres in Niagara Falls. I was about to say they don't have them in Tamor. They have 2 in Tamor, and it's a bumfuck nowhere town. But anyway, that's Australia, where we are rational when it comes to medical stuff. And if you're offended by that, get fucked. I know better. It's as simple as that. So yeah, it's Sunday, nowhere's open. I try like 4 different places. All I need, like, I know it's an infected abscess. I don't want to go to the emergency room. All I need is some antibiotics. I just need a fucking prescription. Where is some quack that I can rock up to that'll just write me a prescription and I can fuck off, you know? They don't exist. So, or they don't exist in Niagara Falls, New York, because no one gives a fuck about Niagara Falls, New York outside the state park, right? At a legislative level. And so I end up relenting and going to the fucking emergency room because, again, I don't know if you've ever had a fucking abscess in your tooth or in your mouth, but excruciating, right? And it had reached the point of excruciating that I could no longer bear. And so it just, you know, I couldn't wait another day. The pain wasn't convenient for me at the time to just fucking sit and bear with. So I went to the emergency room because that's what we're expected to do in this part of town, right? And never mind the fucking fiscal irresponsibility of that setup, right? Let's just talk about the fucking emotional sort of shit. Go to the emergency room, sit there for 3 hours. Sitting there for 3 fucking hours with condescending cunts, not asking if I take drugs, but asking what drugs I take because of the look of me, and not believing me when I tell them I don't drink. Like, it's been 6 months today since I had a drink of alcohol. It was a year and a half before that. I'm a fucking stoner. I smoke shitloads of weed. I don't drink. And it's not a purpose. It's not that I don't drink. It's, you know, I said to her, you know, it's not that I don't drink necessarily. It's that I drink on social occasions, and I've got no fucking friends here in America, so there's no social occasions to drink at. And she laughed at me. And I guess that's funny, I suppose. I guess it's funny, self-deprecating humor and all that. But like, anyway, spend 3.5 hours in the fucking ER and, you know, probably get COVID because it's the fucking ER. There were 6 different people that arrived with bullet holes in them in the 3 hours that I was there in the ER. So it's like I am not a priority. I just need a prescription. You'd think they'd just quickly give me the prescription so I could fuck off, but no, we got to wait until we can talk to you and make sure you're not a junkie talking shit trying to get fucking antibiotics. Like, you can't even get high off them, you know? Like, it's not like I'm asking for narcotics, which is what they ended up giving me. Like, it's so fucking stupid. But anyway, I'm going around in circles. ER for 3.5 hours. The doctor that ends up seeing me literally looks at me for less than 2 minutes. He comes to me and he's like, all right, so what's happening with your teeth? And I said, look, before we even get in there, before you even start looking at them, before we even talk about it at all, I need you to know that I know I'm the reason my teeth are fucked. I'm the reason. It's my lack of care. It's my historical lack of care. It's like I'm the one to blame for my teeth being fucked. I don't want to talk about why they're fucked. I want to talk about how we improve my quality of life and how we stop them from being fucked. Or at the very least, get my swelling down. Like, I'll put a picture up there. That's how fucking bad the swelling was, right? And so I was like, look, I need some fucking antibiotics, you know? And I had said that about 8 times to about 8 different nurses. And it was all just a matter of, does he know what he's talking about? But the doctor, like, I saw him, as I said, for like 2.5 minutes. Said all of that fucking emo bullshit where I was like, hey, don't act like I'm dumb. I know what the issue is. I just want to fix the issue. And yeah, he was like, all right, open your mouth, looked in it and was like, yeah, you're right. It's an abscess. You know what you're talking about. I'll prescribe you some amoxicillin. And I was like, all right, cool. That's handy. That's dope. I enjoy that. Thank you very much. And so he wrote all that out. I left. And the pharmacy that he sent the prescription to was shut because it was a Sunday. So I had to raw dog it for another day, which is, again, inadequate. Most normal places either have a pharmacy on site or a 24-hour pharmacy that you can access. But it's Niagara Falls, so what the fuck was I expecting, right? So I just raw dogged it a whole nother day, and that brought us to yesterday. And so yesterday I went up to the CVS and they had no record of my prescription. And so we argued for a bit because I had my discharge papers from the hospital, which details the prescription and details all the drugs and has the doctor's name there and everything. It's basically a prescription in all but name. And they couldn't do that. They couldn't accept that. It didn't matter. They just had to go with the flow, and I had to, like, they had to do nothing. They didn't have to do shit. I had to contact the doctor, get him to resend it, and once he had, I was at the register, and they tell me they're out of amoxicillin. They don't have any antibiotics that can help me, and that's just that. They're out of stock. They've given me some pain meds the pain meds that I was prescribed, which low-key are hydrocodone, so not bad. I'll take that. That's a narcotic that I could get addicted to, and it's a whole thing. I'm not gonna, obviously, get addicted to it, but it's, like, at least they didn't just prescribe, like, fucking ibuprofen or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, at least it's a pain med that has actually worked, and I'm in little enough pain that I can rant to you guys about this. I wouldn't have been able to make this rant yesterday, you know? And, I'm not even at the meltdown part. Like, it's not even about me, what I melted down about. So anyway, I had a bit of a fucking meltdown yesterday and called my social worker. And I mean, she's not even really my social worker. She's my kid's social worker because of all the medical issues they've had. And like my eldest is probably autistic. We haven't got a firm diagnosis yet, but having the social worker and organising all the things to facilitate the diagnosis is part of that process. And she's really fucking cool. And I was speaking to her yesterday anyway about, like, the boys and the issues with the boys and what, you know, the plans that we have for the boys and stuff. And, you know, she asked, hey, how you doing? How's your weekend been? And you guys know me. I'm not one to fucking lie. I said, to be honest with you, I've had a shithouse weekend because this country is fucking dumb when it comes to medical shit, and it's not fixed yet. So she did the social worker thing and tried to fix it for me, you know, and she's like, well, that's not acceptable. CVS should be, if they don't have it, they should transfer the prescription to the nearest pharmacy that does, and you should be able to get it from there. And I was like, all right, well, I'll try and get that ball rolling. And so that was all. It's all motivated by me, though. It's not anyone else doing it for me, and fuck yes, I am entitled to people doing it for me. I pay taxes. You're entitled to it too. Far more entitled to that than a fucking fighter jet that costs $100 million. But anyway, let's not fucking go down that track. So yeah, in the end, the social worker pulls some strings for me and gets angry on the phone for me, and it's, all right, walk up to Walgreens tomorrow and they should have the prescription. So we're at Walgreens tomorrow, which is today now, and they don't have the prescription, but they assure me they can call and they'll get it sorted. It'll be within a couple of hours. So I'm just sitting near the fucking pharmacy now waiting. But while I was there, this little old lady, and like, I'm fuming at this point, right? You know me, I'm fucking fuming. There's so many steps in the process to fume at, and it's just yet another delaying thing, and I'm sitting here in excruciating pain. I can taste the pus coming out of my fucking gums. Like, I just want some antibiotics, you know? Like, it shouldn't be this fucking hard. We're in America, not Namibia. Like, I mean, fuck it, I'd probably have a better chance of getting some antibiotics in fucking Namibia. I could just get them off some dude as opposed to like... Anyway, we're in the Walgreens. This little old lady next to me, like, I had an interaction with her while we were in the line, because she was trying to read, like it was a thing. She was trying to read her paperwork or whatever. It was mostly just numbers and stuff, but she had real bad eyes. She was trying to read those, and she tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, can you just read this line to me? And I was like, yeah, no worries, and read it to her. And like, it wasn't a big deal. And so I had a lengthy conversation about the fact that the amoxicillin, like, they had it, it's there, they could just hand me some. They saw the discharge papers as well. They knew about the fact that CVS needed to send the transfer over, because my social worker had called them and told them to be prepared, but the CVS hasn't done it yet. And so I've got to wait several hours until they can phone call CVS to get CVS to send the official paperwork, even though they all already know that I haven't got it already. It's not a fucking narcotic. I'm not going to get addicted to it. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. Like, what's the worst that could happen if both pharmacies gave me the antibiotics? I'm not going to, like, it's not a fucking... So dumb. So fucking dumb. But anyway, I'm standing there, right, talking to her, and she's being condescending as fuck as well, because it's like, I straight out started by saying, listen, I'm from Australia, I don't understand how any of this process works, and she was getting all of my wife's insurance details from me before I even told her the fucking what was going on or what my name was and all that sort of stuff. And it was a little bit fucking triggering, I'm not gonna lie. And so I was like, who knows, maybe she was responding to me being terse, and me being terse turned her into a cunt. But it was just, she was just rude. She was rude as fuck. And she said, like, at one point, like, I said to her, like, can I not just have it? And she was like, huh, is this the first time you've done this? And I was like, yes. Yes, it is. I come from a normal country where people care about each other more than they care about money. And she got offended at that, obviously, and like, fucking, it was whatever. But then the old lady was like, oh no, that's got to be wrong about her issue. And like, the fucking callousness, her medication had gone up in price from $4 to $16 overnight. And she was crying. Like, she was distraught. They told her $16 and she's like, oh no, that's got to be a mistake. Like, I always pay $4. And so they get out this thing and they literally saw that she was having difficulty reading. They fucking knew that she was having difficulty reading. And so they just give her a bit of paper that's like, oh yeah, this outlines all the changes and stuff. You lazy cunt. Do your job. Help that woman. Right? And so obviously, because I was already triggered, and because I was in a fucking mood, and because I always go in for other people instead of myself, you know, I got that fucking Robin Hood save-a-hoe fucking shit. Like, it's bullshit mentality. Like I said, that's, like, I couldn't help myself, you know? I stood back and I was like, are you guys serious? That's a 400% increase overnight. And they were like, oh, it's not us. And it's like, well, it's someone. It's fucking someone. Some fucking Martin Shkreli cunt. Like, there is no justification for that. There's no justification for any of it. for any of the shit I've been dealing with this weekend, for any of the shit that old lady's been dealing with, it's fucking absurd. I have had serious medical care on 3 different continents, and this country is fucked. It is bullshit when it comes to medicine. It is, the entire system needs dismantling. It is, you'd be better off just I'm really angry. The American medical system is fucked. Absolutely fucked. And like there needs, it's not even just the medical system, it's the pharmaceutical system. It's all of it. It's all designed to gouge as much money out of people as you possibly can in this country. And you know what? I know I sound like I've been hanging shit on America a lot recently, and I've been talking shit about America a lot recently, but them's the breaks, man. That's how it works. I'm an American immigrant. I moved here. I spent a lot of time talking about all the cool shit about America and all the reasons why I love it and all the fucking dope shit about America. And so you can sit and suffer me with the bullshit as well, because there are so many things about this fucking system that need to change and won't until you people, the person listening to this, realizes that you haven't got it as good as you think you do. This country is fucked when it comes to medicine and when it comes to society in general. It's every man for himself, it's individualist bullshit, and I'm in excruciating pain, and I just had a fucking meltdown in a Walgreens, and I'm pretty sure people laughed at me, and I'm fucking angry, guys. Like, I'm annoyed. Like and subscribe. Whatever. I don't know what the fucking solution is. Once I eventually get my hands on these fucking antibiotics and stop being in so much pain, I'll film some fucking reactions and we'll pretend everything's hunky-dory and I'm a chill fucking fun guy again. But this is absolutely bullshit, and people should not have to live like this.